Sacco and Felice, New York and New Jersey's premier attorneys at law. Their team brings decades of experience across a wide range of practice areas. Whatever life brings, they're your legal team. From everyday matters to complex cases, they've got you covered with the experience you need and the results you want. Because when life gets complicated, they make it simple. SaccoFelice.com. SACCOFILLAS.com. 2 C's, 2 L's.
In the squadron, they called him Bullets, but we call him Greg Kelly. Greg Kelly is on the air
on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
Greg Kelly Show.
This is the most kick-ass song for America.
Not without a star.
Neil Diamond, baby.
Free. Only want to be free.
It beats America the Beautiful in pretty much any of them.
Hang on to a dream. On the boats and on the planes.
That's the problem, I guess, right? Too many people came to America. Never thought of it that way. Yikes. Ease up. Come here legally.
Don't it seem so far away? We're traveling light today. In the eye of the storm.
Legal ports of entry only.
To a new and a shining place. Make our bed and we'll say our grace.
What does that mean? Make our bed and we'll say our grace. We got to do more to become a citizen.
Freedom's light burning warm.
Anyway, I love the song and I love America. We're less than a month away, or no, a little bit more than a month away from our 250th birthday. It's June 1st. This is it. The 250 summer. And not enough of us are into it. It's understandable, right? There's just a lot of, oh boy, everything stinks. Everybody sounds like Charlie Brown. Remember Charlie Brown? The indecisive, wishy-washy guy. He couldn't get excited about anything. Everything was a downer with that guy, including and especially Christmas. Charlie Brown and that silly cartoon with those guys with the gigantic heads. I really never liked Charlie Brown. Other characters were intriguing. Franklin, the black one. Pigpen, the dirty one. Peppermint Patty, the sexually ambiguous one. Snoopy, aloof, and off on his own. Woodstock, always in peril. Cut 3, please. Charlie Brown from the 1965 Christmas special. He just can't get into it.
Actually, Lucy, my trouble is Christmas. I just don't understand it. Instead of feeling happy, I feel sort of let down.
You need involvement. You need to get involved in some real Christmas project. How would you like to be the director of our Christmas play?
Me?
Yes, you, Charlie Brown. Of course, he screws it up. Remember that? That's the one where he got the dopey little skinny tree. He got a little branch. Anyway, it wasn't about getting involved in the Christmas play. It was something bigger. It's not about going to fireworks. It's about something bigger for America 250. Understanding where we came from, who we are, and where we could be going. There's a bit of a fork in the road. We have one party that is actively trying to destroy this country. It really is fascinating. You know, it's just to see the woke left own the Democrat Party and drive it off a cliff. And people like Chuck Schumer, Mikey Sherrill, and the rest of them just going along with it because they really don't care. All they want to do is be important people. The country be damned. It doesn't matter. It's a vehicle for power. There's certain things we won't violate. We have principles. They don't. I always thought that America was a halfway decent country, better than halfway decent. Can you imagine going through all that trouble to be president, just to talk bad, talk down about America? Huh? The Bidens, that's what they did. Oh, she was back last night. More on that in a second. Jill Biden. Cut 5, if you don't mind. Cut 5.
I have a solemn responsibility to be the first president to formally apologize to the Native peoples. Native Americans, Native Hawaiians, Native Alaskans, and federal Indian boarding schools.
We all remember the moral stain of slavery. I've often called it America's original sin. Oh, it was America's original sin, God forbid.
Ah, God forbid. Even when he's apologizing, he's mad, right? He's just like, are you apologizing to us or are you mad at us? I am going to make the most of this summer. It's going to be a glorious summer. I can feel it. I'm off to a great start. I've lost over 20 pounds. I'll be probably below 200 pounds by the middle of this month. I ain't letting up. I haven't had this kind of progress in 10 years. Maybe, 10 years or so since the last time I actually was able to change my body like this. So I feel great, and I got some momentum, and I think the country does too. All right. Did you see the Israeli Day Parade? No big deal, actually. No big deal. It came off fine. I walked around it. Very nice people and some ugly people yelling and screaming anti-Semitic hate. I saw that. I gave him a dirty look, but I kept going. There were some great, proud Israel supporters who was, they were pushing back pretty hard. All peaceful, but, tempers were flaring. The big thing I want to get to, though, is the Jill Biden interview yesterday on CBS Sunday Morning, the CBS Sunday Morning show. You ever see that thing? It's still on TV. Like, I remember it with Charles Kuralt, and I do remember the little theme song. You guys remember this? I haven't watched this show since the 1980s, but it's still on TV. Cut 29, if you don't mind. Cut 29.
Good morning. I'm Jane Pauley, and this is Sunday Morning.
Yeah, she's a big droop. Bring back Charles Kuralt. She's like just totally phoning it in. I don't know what they pay her, but they could get AI. They don't need anybody. You can save millions of dollars right there. I could go in there. So CBS is under new management, and they're totally screwing it up as far as I can see. It is as fake news as it ever was. I saw a guy yesterday do a 20-minute report on these, very beautiful, sympathetic people who came from the Congo to live in America, right? And they were thrown into an ICE facility. Oh, that's the worst thing in the world, right? And then they get out of the ICE facility, and it's the most beautiful thing in the world. It goes on for 20 minutes. And I'm like, how did they get here? I'm just kind of curious. How did they get here? I watched the whole thing. No indication of how they got here. They just appeared in America. They might have thrown in that they came in illegally over the southern border. They walked into America illegally. I think that's a little bit relevant, don't you? Anyway, I want to go to this great big story by Rita Braver. Oh, man. Well, she is like the epitome of swamp stuff. Total epitome. She was married to a swamp guy. She's a swamp person. Rita Braver is her name, and she conducted the worst feature imaginable on Jill Biden, who has so many vulnerabilities. I mean, what I would do is don't go to their house. They had a little, the interview was at the Biden house, which, oh, by the way, is like a mega mansion. I don't know why I've never seen this thing before, but it is it's the kind of place a billionaire lives. It is unbelievably big, ornate. How did they get that kind of money? The old-fashioned way? All right, do me a favor. Listen to this. This is that Rita Braver person. She's so excited about her report. Cut 30, please. Cut 30.
It's been 16 months since President Joe Biden and First Lady Jill Biden left the White House. They've been living largely outside the spotlight ever since. But this morning, Dr. Jill Biden is speaking out for the first time since the Trump administration took office in a wide-ranging conversation with Rita Braver.
Do you ever, when you're out here, think about the state of the world?
Every day. Every day.
With a new book out, former First Lady Jill Biden is facing some tough questions. Have you ever seen signs of mental decline in your husband? Mental decline, not physical, mental.
No.
Jill Biden's White House years, later on Sunday morning.
How is that a tough question? Everybody knows the answer to that. Of course he did. Tough questions. What? Do you ever come out here and think, right? She has I never realized this. They have their own body of water. They have a lake. A senator, a full-time politician for 50 years has his own lake. I know a lot. I know rich people. I do. I know some rich people. And I don't know anybody who owns their own lake. It's not a pond. It's a lake. You could water ski on the damn thing. Let's see here. All right. You want to do this? The whole thing? Now, Rita Braver. How dare you? I mean, I know nobody cares, right? Rita Braver. Who really does care? But she's a correspondent at CBS News, has been there for a million years. And for her to do this, where Jill Biden's ex-husband is in jail about 3 miles from where they're doing this interview, and she doesn't bring it up. She does not bring up my friend Bill Stevenson, who's being held on suspicion of murder. I think that, and this guy came out publicly on national television against Jill Biden, against Joe Biden, said things. Maybe you bring that up. That would be tough questions. But it was all part of the deal. You can't. I mean, I was waiting for this. So I realized I don't want to hear any more crap. I don't want to see any more New York Times or any more articles about how they're blowing up CBS, because they're not. It's as fake as ever. Now, can we find out anything? It's a little bit fascinating for me to watch people kiss Jill Biden's rear end. Oh, excuse me, Dr. Jill Biden. Listen to this. Cut 31, please. Cut 31.
Just 4 months after leaving office, President Biden was diagnosed with an aggressive form of stage 4 prostate cancer that had traveled to his bones.
Yes.
How's the president doing now?
He's doing well, but it was a shock. I mean, Rita, honestly, I can remember getting the diagnosis, and it was shocking.
Do you think that someone, when he was in the White House, should have discovered it, given him a test?
Well, the doctor said that according to the American Urological Association, that men over 70 don't need a PSA, a blood test anymore, because it's a slow-growing cancer. I have to say, Rita, I do feel we had amazing care in the White House, but somehow that was missed.
So you're a little bit tense when it comes to his health, huh?
I don't know if the word is tense, but I think I'm vigilant.
But there is another essential question that many Americans have about President Biden's mental health when he was in the White House.
Vegetable.
Did you ever see signs that he was falling into cognitive decline?
No.
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 She lies as easily as Joe. She lies as easily as Joe. It's like a Biden thing. No. Little kids could see it, right? Everybody could see it. The world saw it. If I heard her sit there, they're rich and they're mad. She is mad as hell. If you look at that woman, she is not a happy woman. You can get it all, think you have it all. And there they are in disgrace, absolute disgrace. And they deserve every bit of it, to be honest, every bit of it. I am going to get that dumb book tomorrow. I'll find some landmines, I'm telling you, just like I did in the Gavin Newsom book, just like I do all the time, because I don't sit on my ass and just sit back. There's so much out there. There's so much truth out there. All you got to do is pick it up. But you got to pick it up. All right. Happy birthday, America. 250. We're going to party all summer long. Be right back.
Greg Kelly.
Let's go, Brandon.
On the Red Apple Podcast Network.
Listen to this podcast now
on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
Why is the middle class shrinking? Why are people facing an affordability crisis while marginalized individuals called informals grow in numbers? Join me as I travel the world, speaking with people living in invisibility, the leaders working to solve it, and uncovering the hard truths shaping our economy and daily reality.
Download all of Red Apple Media's podcasts right now through your favorite podcast platform.
Greg Kelly on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
As I lose this weight, I don't want to lose my I don't want to become too hyper focused on looks. You know what I'm becoming a little bit? A looks maxer. Have you ever heard of this movement? It's like take whatever the hell you got. This is basically a masculine thing. Take what you have and maximize it, right? Not everybody's whatever. You just take what God has given you and you hone it, you work it, you develop it. Whether it's at the gym, whether it's with decent soap. Look, when it comes to skincare, I know shaving cream and I know Irish Spring soap. At best, that's it. Sometimes actually in the shower, if I can't reach the soap, because my wife uses this special kind of soap. It's in all kinds of, I can't tell which one the soap is. I'll just use shampoo. I don't care. Sometimes I'll even shave with the shampoo. I don't care. Until recently, God has given me all this stuff. I got to buff it. I got to shine it. I got to clean it. I got to maintain it. At least right now. That's the kick I'm on. And I actually think it just might stick. Hey, Sid Rosenberg was at the Israel Day Parade. Was he one of the Grand Marshals or something? Sid Rosenberg, of course, right here, a great champion of Israel and Jews. And man, over the past couple of years, who knew? Sometimes in peacetime, you don't know where the warriors are. I've often thought about this. I sit on the Long Island Railroad sometimes and I look around and I say, on this train, whether they know it or not, are people who would be great fighter pilots. There are people in this train who would be great Navy SEALs, right? They don't know it. They just, whatever, life turned out a certain way and they didn't, and that's fine. But, who knew that Sid Rosenberg would be such a brave champion for Israel? It's kind of beautiful, actually. And he was on with Melissa Russo. Now, Melissa Russo is very, very, very fake news. Every now and then she'll do a little aggressive thing about somebody like Mamdani or a bad guy, but she'll wedge it in like a 3-minute long package. And in like 12 seconds in the middle will be like a little bit aggressive in a good way. And then the rest of it is just crap. Anyway, I want to see what happened here. Sid Rosenberg. Something tells me this got a little bit intense. Sid with Melissa Russo. She's on Channel 4, right? Cut 22.
He hates you. He wants you dead. He wants you dead.
You actually believe that Mayor Mamdani wants Jews to be dead?
I'm not sure he doesn't. That's my answer.
What basis do you have for that?
I don't think he cares either way.
I mean, to say that he wants people dead is a scary thing for people to believe, and you have a lot of people who follow you.
Prove me wrong. When you've got a mayor who's not here today, the only mayor in the history of our city, Melissa, you're a smart girl, okay, who uses some nonsense excuse about Israel and Bibi. Is this parade in Tel Aviv? Is Bibi Netanyahu here? It's nothing to do with Israel and Bibi. He hates the Jewish people. He hates us.
But does his absence actually mean that he wants them dead? I mean, is that not inflammatory?
Not inflammatory to me. It's more, but why don't you ask him about his wife?
We have asked him. Sure we have.
The press in this city is much more obsessed with what Sid Rosenberg says on a radio show than what the mayor, his wife, and his father. You guys should be pressing that guy every single day and not worry what I have to say at a private Jewish event on a Wednesday night in Battery Park.
As the mayor of our city, I take seriously my responsibility to protect the safety and well-being of every New Yorker and every event, regardless of my attendance.
With due respect, Sid, you have a big following and people listen to you. And if you're telling people that Mayor Mamdani wants Jews dead, does that not make Jews feel more fearful than they already do? Isn't he providing the resources and having his police commissioner protect this parade?
Hold on a second. He's providing resources. He had 2 opportunities to put buffer zones in front of synagogues and shuls. He did neither one. He celebrated Nakba Day. Listen, if I say something that's a little inflammatory, he says stuff every day that's inflammatory. Tough. Every opportunity, he fails. You're doing a good job. Thank you very much.
Yeah, good for Sid. Absolutely. I don't know if I would have said he won. Look, Look at October 7th. What did Mamdani do after October 7th? On October 8th, he was outside of Chuck Schumer's house yelling and screaming about genocide. The counterattack hadn't even started yet. All right. And these guys celebrated October 7th, which targeted women and children. I do think that there's real anti-Semitism in that guy. And anti-New York, anti-America. You know, he's embracing an entirely new way of life. And yeah, I think there is possibly a little bit too much scrutiny when it comes to the guys who, like Sid Rosenberg, as much as we love him, he is not pulling the strings right now in New York City in terms of where the hell was the police department when the Jews were mobbed and attacked by that crazy band of terrorist-loving Palestinians. I mean, it was... You send in the cops. You send in the cops with bats and hats. He wasn't protecting them, and that is a solemn duty. And if Sid wants to go a little bit more so, fine. They do treat this guy. You know why? Because they're afraid. They just want to be with the cool kids. You know, Mamdani's the new flavor of the month. He's the new... Yeah, that's fine. We'll go with it. Can we go back to... let's go back to that other situation with the former First Lady, if you don't mind. Actually, Lara Trump. I haven't talked to her in a while. She's busy. I leave the Trump family alone. They're busy. I can't really. You know, they're busy. Although I do keep up with President Trump. He's busy too, but you know what? He likes information. He wants to hear what's on your mind. He wants you to know what's on his mind. Let's go back to Dr. Jill Biden lying like that's what they do. But it really is amazing that somebody could be under arrest and in jail who was married to him and they don't even bring it up. There are a couple of little things in here that might be illuminating, not in a good way for Jill, but still in a truthful way for all of us. Go ahead, pick it up if you would, please.
I mean, I have spoken to many people who saw the president, especially during the last 2 years of his term, and they said they thought he was slipping.
Oh, he was definitely aging. I mean, we were all aging, Rita. I mean, so yes, he was slowing down.
I mean, people were saying he wasn't the same Joe Biden.
Well, I don't think that's true. He was the essence of the same Joe Biden, but yeah, he was slowing down. He was getting older. I mean, we all observe that. When you know, it's a very intense job. I think it ages you quickly. Look at the other presidents. I mean, look, in comparison when they started in office and got out of office, and it was natural aging.
From the start of the administration even, some polls were showing that many Americans were questioning the president's mental fitness. I asked you about it when I interviewed you, and you said there's nothing to it.
And I still say that.
And now, Dr. Jill Biden has written a book about her time in the White House. It's called View from the East Wing, a place where generations of First Ladies had their offices and where visitors came for White House tours. It has now been destroyed by President Donald Trump to make way for a ballroom.
Stop. Stop. It's been destroyed. It's different. You know, it's razed, okay? Razed. R-A-Z-E-D. Razed. Not destroyed. They're doing improvements. That East Wing had only been there since like 1930 or something like that. It wasn't the original. It's progress. It's updating. And, you know, they try to... Every president has done this. They give him money. And in this case, actually, no. It's all private money, but they give the president all kinds of leeway into how to fix that house, into what kind of renovations you want to make. Teddy Roosevelt installed an entire West Wing. What's his name? Truman gutted the entire inside. Gutted. A gut renovation. I've never seen a gut renovation until I saw a picture of the White House. It was like the empty shell. No floors, nothing. Just the windows and the outer walls. Nothing else. Pick it up, please.
What do you think about that?
What do you think I think?
You said, I felt a sense of loss and grief with every blow of the wrecking ball.
That's right. I mean, there was so much really institutional memory in that building. I loved the East Wing.
Did you ever think of changing the title after the East Wing was destroyed?
This is so tough.
I thought, this is the perfect title for my book.
I noticed that in the book, you don't mention President Trump's name except for one time. You call him my husband's predecessor or my husband's successor. I have to think that was done on purpose.
Well, why would I talk about him when I'm writing about Joe's administration?
She's a very
It was
nasty,
an
mediocre
administration that
person.
was put in jeopardy when election deniers stormed the Capitol in a failed attempt to stop Congress from certifying President Biden's election.
Stop. That's another thing about January 6th. Nobody understands. I think nobody understands it but me. It wasn't an attempt to stop the certification. They let the people in. They set it up so that they could stop. The Democrats wanted to stop the objection to the certification. It's a game. Once you understand that, it kind of changes everything. California's election is tomorrow, and let's hear it for Spencer Pratt. He could win this thing. Spencer Pratt, the reality star, former, it doesn't matter what he did. Makes no difference to me how a man makes his living. He's common sense. He's not a terrorist like Karen Bass. And he's got the energy. They burned down his house. He wants results. Cut 27, please. Cut 27. Spencer Pratt.
I have a feeling God wants me just to win with 51% on June 2nd, and it's over. I believe it's a low turnout election, and that's why, again, I'm on this beautiful couch to remind everybody to get your ballots in today. Don't wait till June 2nd, because we will definitely win if everyone who's as angry as me in Los Angeles just goes and votes, and they don't just share things on social media or tell their friend they're angry. They physically go vote, and they don't have to wait till June 2nd. A lot of people are concerned about elections and you got to vote in person. No, you vote today. You put it in the mailbox, you drop it in the ballot box. We win with the most votes. And a lot of people, again, in California are concerned about, election fraud. We can always outvote cheating, period. And we can do that literally in the next 5 days with just moms alone and animal lovers, because I'm also going to stop the abuse of these dogs on the streets and these alleged no-kill shelters.
Wow. I hope he's right. I hope he's right. You know, God does have a hand in these elections. Just with moms and animal lovers. Who the hell is passionate about Karen Bass and the other one after what she did, after that whole thing, and came back? Place was destroyed. She had nothing to say. She was in Ghana, Africa, just like Eric Adams went to Ghana, Africa for some... What the hell's going on over there? One moment, please.
Greg Kelly
on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
Greg Kelly, entertaining and informative
on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
Not only is there a great big mayor's race tomorrow, but there is also a governor's race. They got that crazy, what do they call it, the jungle primary. Everybody runs at the same time against each other, and then there will be the top two finishers, I think, enter the runoff. Okay, the word is this. Here's what happens. They say if Tom Steyer comes out on top, if he makes it to the runoff, he's probably the next governor. Why? Because he's got a lot of money. I don't know about that. I'm pulling for Steve Hilton and maybe that Sheriff Blanco guy who I don't know much about, but I know he's not a Democrat and I know he's not crazy. This Steyer guy, I mean, you can just take a look at him. He's nuts. That whole weird thing with his eyes. He's very good friends with Joe Biden. They even let him use his house at Lake Tahoe. Just strange stuff. But he looks like a maniac. I don't know how this guy made his money. Do you? But here we go. This is why I say maniac. Did you hear? We played it on this show. I've been making videos about it. There's a character named Hernandez, Andrew Hernandez, who I think now pretends... Andrew pretends that he's Angela. All right, goes by A.B. Hernandez. He's a man. All right, he's a man who went to get a pair of fake breasts in Mexico. Do you know you can't even find out what the hell's going on in terms of his genitalia and hormones? That's considered invasive. So, look, if he is 18 plus, whatever, but you can't compete in the girls' sports. He was a mediocre track guy when it came to high school track, and now he's a girl, and he's beating all the girls. And this is exactly what we don't want, and this is exactly what really poses a serious threat. And really, am I hallucinating? I feel like Mr. Hand in Fast Times at Ridgemont High. Am I hallucinating, Spicoli? Just what in the hell do you think you're doing? Am I hallucinating, Tom Steyer? Just what in the hell do you think you're doing? This is Tom Steyer with this transgender freak. And by the way, I have I'm a very I'm not going to hold anything against anybody. If you're 18 plus, if you want to do this on your own, okay, it's a free country. But if you want to get children involved, that's no way, Jose, whatsoever. And then you reveal yourself. Then we got a pervert on our hands. We used to have an eccentric person who danced to his own drummer, marched to his own drummer. Fine, be that way. But you want to mix it up with the kids? Tom Steyer talking to this child, transgender, who's a man beating all the girls, and he says that this man is the hero. It is a disgusting conversation, but I have it documented. It's very important that people see it. This is the kind of thing that got you arrested not too long ago. I mean, really, not too long ago, this would get you arrested. It certainly would be a scandal. You were unelectable, and now this is what you do and say to be the winning Democrat. Tom Steyer with freak transgender man who loves beating girls. AB Standard? No, AB, what the hell's his name? Hernandez. Go ahead.
On Instagram Reels, I saw you guys were talking about me and the support that I had despite all the social media drama. So I found it pretty interesting that you're set on just basically a set choice on where you stand with trans athletes.
I am.
It was nice to have a straight decision on who you support.
Well, you know what I always say, and I think I said this to your mom, most people support you 90% of the time, just not the 10% you need them for. If we're going to be on side, then we're on side 100% of the time.
I've been outed like so many times over and over, docs where I go to school, so I feel like more safety aspect and not just supporting.
Stop. She's running in the school championship. We're going to pretend it's in Yorba Linda, California, by the way. I think it's Yorba Linda High School. That's doxing. You want to be, this is a private affair now that you're involved? These people, you're talking to the candidate who's got the number one candidate for governor right now, and you want to be private? You phony pervert. Keep going.
Protection.
Protection.
I totally agree. Look, I was saying in this town hall, it's the job of the governor to stand between danger and Californians. And I mean it. Ooh. And to make sure that people are safe and to protect them from all the malign influences in this world. Ooh. And I take that super, super, super seriously for you, just so you know. And I'm so proud of you for what you're doing.
Thank you.
So proud of you for succeeding. So proud of you for competing. That's really the point. And I'm going to hope like heck that you don't just make state, but you do really well there.
Thank you.
Deal?
Deal.
Congratulations on what you've done as a mom, and congratulations on what you've done as an athlete.
Thank you.
Way to go.
Bunch of winners. Thank you both.
Congratulations. You guys are special.
There. Now, doesn't Tom Steyer feel good about himself? Look at all that crap he just said. I'm standing between hate and you. I'm the governor. I'm between. Oh man, it's nauseating. It's not and. Sometimes I think maybe we just might not make it, to be honest. Maybe we'll have to break up as a country. I mean, these people are so committed to that. I could see going to war over children. Can't you? I could see going to war. I mean, like actual warfare to protect girls. Couldn't you see that? Absolutely. We've gone to war for some pretty silly things over the years, right? We have gone to war for some, we're not there yet, all right? We're not there yet, but, it's one of the reasons why we have the Second Amendment. Absolutely. We, the citizens, armed citizens, are a check on that government. And if that sounds too radical, it ain't. It's what our founding fathers had in mind. You can go look it up in the Federalist Papers. It's all there. Tom Steyer. I wonder, I actually thought he was kind of flirting with that individual a little bit. I don't think this was just about politics. I think this was, what are you and your mom doing later? Maybe we'll all explore some things. There was something, just like the New York Times, there are a lot of people over there who have sexual fetishes. And to live out that sexual fetish on the front page of the newspaper, wow. You know, anybody I know with a sexual fetish, not that we talk about our sexual fetishes, but you got to do them alone in private. Right? But how about doing them at work? How about doing them in the high school gymnasium? How about doing them on the 6 o'clock news at night? Yeah. Although I guess it's... All right. It's good to be on the right side. We'll be right back.
Thanks for listening to The Greg Kelly Show. You can hear The Greg Kelly Show weekdays at 12:15 on 77 WABC. If you like the podcast, share it with your friends and listen anytime at WABCRadio.com and download the WABC Radio app. Hit that subscribe button on all major podcast platforms. Plus, follow WABC on social on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and X. See you next time for a new episode so you never have to wonder.
What the heck is going on here?
One summer moment can change a child's life. Through Toys for Tots Give and Go initiative, your support provides books, games, toys, and outdoor adventures that spark curiosity, creativity, and a love of nature. Whether it's fishing, learning a new sport, reading under a tree, or playing with friends, these moments build confidence and lifelong memories. For too many children, those moments never come. You can help change that this summer. Visit toysfortots.org. Toys for Tots, delivering hope beyond the holidays.